Hey friends, hello, hello, come on in, come in. I hope you all are having a great day. My name is Cynthia, I'm the owner of the Old Rusty Shed, and today we are going to be painting up our large sheep or lamb, whichever way you guys want to call it. So I hope you stay tuned, and if you're watching the replay, just make sure you comment, let me know what you think, and let me know if you have gotten this this kit. So let me know. It is on our website. You can comment the word sheep, and I can also send you the link if you need that as well. So come on in and we're going to get started. I like this kit. If you love kits that are like big, like if you like big kits, then you're going to love this one where there's bigger pieces to paint. So we're going to be using the color black. We're going to be using the color ivory. We are going to be using red, and I brought out brown, but I don't think I'm going to be using that. So very minimal colors with this one as far as the different colors. So, well, hi, Miss Susie. How are you? How are you? How are you? I'm going to grab me something to drink real quick. Oh, goodness. I've been wanting to do this one for a while. So this sheep will come with a star and it comes with a heart. You can use both or you can use either or. I'm going to be using the heart today, and then I'll just save this for something else to make. So let me know what you guys are doing. Okay, so this is white. These we're painting black. This we're painting black. This we're painting red. This we're painting white. So I'm going to get started on white because y'all know that will take quite a few colors. So, a puppy pad. You know what? I actually thought about it like 2 seconds before I came live. I said, oh, I should have grabbed me a puppy pad, but that's okay. That's okay. Message me tomorrow. Well, I won't be live tomorrow, but message me anyways because I can bring the whole box up here. So I'm using Ivory by Waverly. So it's an off-white, but it's still a pretty good white color. It doesn't have like a yellowy to it like normal if I use buttermilk. So that's funny. All right. And okay. This one has been a favorite of y'all's. And I'm hoping once I paint it, that y'all will really like it because a lot of you like the larger kit, or not so much larger kits, but even though this one is big, but you guys really seem to like the kits that don't have a lot of pieces, and this one does not. So I feel like I'm painting with my left hand even though I'm not. My oldest just came upstairs. What's he doing? But this is probably going to take 2 coats. Two coats. No. And then this way. This one would be super cute if you had scrapbook paper this big. I can tell y'all how big this is. Wide, it's about 10 inches wide. So if you had like a 12 by 12 piece of scrapbook paper, that would work really pretty on here. I have another one cut out for me to paint that I am going to do scrapbook paper on. So I just don't have any 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. So I will have to grab some next time I'm at the store. Because I don't have it here. I think this would be really pretty with music notes. I think that would look pretty too. Okay. Whee! This to me just looks like a big fluffy cloud. Just a big old cloud. Trying not to get paint on the sides, but I am. All right. Probably could have grabbed a bigger brush, but that's okay. But some of you that come on, if you're watching, I know we have people that are silent watchers, and that's okay. I hope one day that you become a talker. But if not, I would love if you would heart the video. That lets Facebook know that there's something going on over here, that it needs to send it out to more people. And the more you interact with my page, whether it be on lives or on just posts, the more it's going to show up in your feed. So if you have crafters that you really love and you haven't seen them in a while, that could be why. If you're just watching and you don't interact as much, Facebook thinks that it's not that important to you, even though you're watching videos. Anyways, that's how Facebook works. All algorithms. Well, I don't know about TikTok. I don't have TikTok, but I know Instagram's the same way. But on Instagram, y'all, I always just go to the stories at the top. I hardly ever comment on feed. Isn't that weird? It's like, that's where all the stories are. If you ever want to see behind the scenes, whether it be with crafting or with my everyday life, stories is where it's at. And they do share over to Facebook. So you don't have to follow me on both unless you want to. All right, I'm going to dry this a little. And I'm going to put a second coat on, and hopefully that will be good. Again, this is chalk paint, so it dries pretty good compared to like acrylic paint. That's what I've noticed. Ooh, it's getting cloudy here. We had some sunshine today, but I can tell on my window over here that the clouds are moving in. They said we might have got snow showers today, but I have not seen any snow, and I'm fine with that because I'm ready for warmer weather. I do love my snow, but not in April. Not in April. And we are going to do some grunging of this. This might need another coat, y'all. I'm probably not letting it sit. I've noticed with paint, if you let it sit in between coats, it seems to paint better. And I could move to a different color, but now I've already started this, so now I'm determined. Now I'm determined. Oh, how neat. Oh, how neat. How fun. Glad you could finally get some snuggles. I have a great niece and a great nephew. My sister's son has 2 kids, but they don't live here, so I don't get to see them, but I get to see them on the interwebs. But that's awesome that you finally got to see him. How fun. Okay, hold on. There's some white paint on there. I was going to ask you too how your friend's doing that had the surgery. Yeah, it's going to need another coat, but that's okay. After this one, we'll let it dry and we'll move on to the other color because it's very streaky. Very streaky. Oh, good. I don't know how my neighbor's doing yet. I know she's still in rehabilitation, but I have not heard anything. So So she could use some prayers. I feel like I need a little bit of water with this. Somebody told me that when you're painting with chalk paint, you get a little, your brush a little wet, it helps it. Y'all know I'm newish to chalk paint. I've always used acrylic, and now I'm slowly getting more chalk paint in my colors here. Like that. I love painting these bigger pieces, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I don't mind the small stuff, but I really do enjoy painting larger pieces too. I really do. So would you guys call this a sheep or a lamb? Or is that it's not the same thing, right? Lord, don't let my husband hear that. He'll be like, what is wrong with you? All right, so this is the body. And so I'm gonna let that sit, and we're gonna switch over to black to do some other things. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do this. This needs to be white too. This is his little curly hair on top. I feel like this paintbrush is trying to come apart. I feel like it's trying to come loose. So this is like the little wool or hair or whatever you want to call it on top. And I forgot we do have to paint that. This would have been a good piece if I would have painted it black first and then painted white underneath, because when I sand it, it would have that black come out, but that's okay. That would have been really good though. Just a tip, especially if you like the primitive look. This is a big guy by the time you get his head on and his dangly feet. So that's just like that. His toupee. His toupee. Who wants to hear a toupee story? You say sheep, but lamb is the... Okay, so it's the same thing, right? Because you know what, I'm thinking of goats. I'm thinking of goats. Because I've seen the lambs, the baby ones like this. I'd never seen them growing up. I've seen goats, you know. I've never seen actual sheep, like adult sheep. And anyways, we finally went to the zoo and, or Bearzona in Arizona. Anyways, they had baby lambs. You guys, the noise they make, it's awful. It sounded like yelling, like people that were in pain. I was like, what is that noise? And John's like, it's baby lambs. And I'm like, oh goodness. I'm like, they're cute till you hear that. It's like, whoo. Okay, let me get a smaller brush. Well, that's too small. Let's use this round one that I always complain about. You want to hear a toupee story? Okay, here we go. So, when I was in high school, my freshman year, I'm not going to use names because I never know who's watching. When I was in high school, my English teacher wore a toupee. Now, if I had to guess, I would say he was probably in his late 40s or 50s. And my personal opinion, he was not a very nice teacher. That has nothing to do with the toupee, but I just needed to share that. And everybody knew that he wore, I mean, his toupee, you knew it was a toupee. Like, it was different color, you know, it didn't, I mean, this is the 80s, y'all. So I'm sure they've come a long way by now. Maybe they haven't. I don't know. But you knew it was a toupee. The hair didn't match. The hairline didn't match. I mean, you just knew it. And one day we were sitting there and we still got spelling bee tests in freshman. I don't know if they still do that, but I thought that was weird. I don't know why I thought when I got to high school we weren't going to have spelling tests, but we did. And this is so me telling it, but that's okay. I hope that he's not on here, and I hope none of his grandchildren are on here. But anyways, he would give us a spelling test, and he didn't read the words off. He had, you guys remember those old recorders, and they were like, I don't know, they were rectangle and you put the tape in. Anybody remember tapes? And you would hit like record and play. And anyways, that's what he did. And he had it recorded. So when it was time for us to do our spelling test, he had all the words recorded, and he would tell you the word, tell you it in a sentence, and tell you the word again. And he would pause on this recording and then go on to the next one. And he did it because he said it was basically so we would pay attention. So maybe it was brilliant. I don't know. But you had to pay attention to what he was saying because he wouldn't repeat it, right? Because it's a recording. And then when you were done, you turned your paper in and you were done with your class. So everybody hated doing that because, you know, we're teenagers and smart butts. Well, anyways, one day a kid, and I don't remember the kid's name, and I wouldn't share it anyways, and I hope he's not watching. A kid got really upset because he couldn't understand what he was saying. And he asked him several times to repeat it, and the teacher would just look over at him and go like this. Wouldn't say anything, you know, and of course by this time there's a ruckus with him and the teacher, and, well, him, and we all can't hear now. And, he got up, got his book bag, got up, snatched the toupee off of his head, and stuck it to the chalkboard. I know I shouldn't laugh because it's not funny, but I just remember going, oh, I would not have done something like that. But hi, Deborah. So, yeah. So long story short, he got mad at the teacher and grabbed his toupee and stuck it to the chalkboard and walked out. And I don't remember what the teacher did. Thank you for sprinkling. I don't remember what the teacher did. I don't remember anything after that. I just remember thinking somebody's in big trouble. I know. So that's my toupee story. I'm telling y'all. I could share my story that happened to me yesterday if you guys want to know. And I was wearing this shirt yesterday. I always wear my clothes a couple of days. It is. But that kid was so mad because he couldn't hear, and I just remember thinking he's gonna get in big trouble. You know, well, high school they didn't give whoopings, but grade school they gave whoopings. But I was just like, oh my goodness. But let me tell you all what happened to me yesterday. It's a funny story. I think it's a funny story. So hubby and I left after we had to go do some things, and then we went and grabbed something to eat at McAllister's. I don't know if you guys have the McAllister's, but basically it's a deli. You can get sandwiches and stuff. And so we got all of our food, and we were sitting there, and we were watching, they had like sports on, and it was talking about how the one hockey player beat Wayne Gretzky's total of something. I don't know a lot about hockey. And we were talking about that. And so we get up to leave, and John's in front of me, and he's walking, and all of a sudden he's walking in front of me, and we're leaving the restaurant, and I look down and I see something right here. And I see that it's red. There's something red. My first instinct is panic because, y'all, I'm afraid of bugs. I can't stand them. So I'm telling him, now mind you, John's not looking at me. He's walking. And I said, and we're still in the restaurant full, or, restaurant full of people, there's people everywhere. And so I tell him, I said, John, is there something in my hair? And he turns around and looks at me and turns back around. He goes, no. And he keeps walking. And I said, no, John, I said, there's something red in my hair. I can see it. And he's walking, and he turns around, and he's not really looking, but he turns around, looks, and he goes, no. I said, is there something red? I said, is there something red in my hair? Do you see it? And he turns around, and he goes, no. Well, by this time, I had my hair like this, and I could see something red. So I'm like, got my soda in one hand and my cookie, because I always take my cookie home, and I have my hair like this, and there's people everywhere, and I'm like, John, I said, there's something red in my hair. I said, look at my hair. I said, look, it's a bug. Please don't tell me it's a bug. Oh my gosh, will you get it out? And I'm like full on panic, still in the restaurant. And he turns around and he grabs it and he flicks like that off my hair. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, thank you. I said, was it a bug? And he looks at me and he goes, it was a tomato seed. It was a tomato seed from my sandwich that I had. Y'all, I needed a nap. I was like, what is wrong with me? And I'm like, how did I get, and then all the way to the car, well, how in the world did I get a tomato seed in my hair? And he's like, I'm just like, whatever. I'm just like panic mode. He's like, it was a tomato seed. So I shared that as my status this morning on Facebook. I was like, oh my goodness. I cannot even believe that, y'all. I'm telling you. I thought it was one of those Japanese ladybugs, and they bite. They've never bit me, but everyone tells me it bites, and I really thought that's what it was. So everybody that was in the restaurant, if they were paying attention to me, and maybe they weren't, they now know that I was panicking and it was just a tomato seed. So, and he's just rolling his eyes at me like, get in the car. Let's go. I'm just like, oh my goodness. I'm telling you guys, I thought it was a bug. I think it's funny that I cannot stand bugs, and I moved to Indiana where there's tons of bugs. Arizona doesn't have that many bugs, but here we are. I'm telling you guys. So we get in the car, and I was like, and I'm still, and he's driving, we're headed home, and I'm still like, I cannot believe I thought that was a bug. I'm like, how in the world did a tomato? And then my mind's like, well, how long was that tomato seed in there? And poor John's just driving like, oh my gosh, let's get home. Let's get you home and get you to bed. You hate, but I hate bugs. Now, I don't mind spiders. They don't bother me. I don't like them, but I mean, I can kill spiders and all that, but I was just like, oh. I'm just like, you know what? I do need a nap. And then of course he says, you don't need a nap, you need a vacation. And I said, well, I need that too. And he's like, he wants to go to Miami so bad and stay in a houseboat because, he grew up on, well, not grew up, but in the 90s watching Miami Vice. And so every time I mention a vacation, he's always like, well, we can go down to Miami and get a houseboat. And I'm like, do you know how far Miami is? I said, and isn't it hot? And isn't that dangerous? I've never been to Miami, so I have no idea. I've heard, yes, it's dangerous. I've heard other people say, no, it's fine. I have no idea. I've never been on a boat, more or less a houseboat, so who knows? My luck, I'd probably get sick or something. Anyways. So I'm thankful it wasn't a bug. I just feel bad because well, I don't even feel bad, but you know, like panic for nothing for a tomato seed. Tomato seed, y'all. Okay, there's our sheep. Sheep. Lamb. I know, I gotta put that on my list. Wild tomato seeds. And it felt bumpy too, because I was like, oh, that's one of those bugs. I'm like, get it out of my hair, get it out of my hair. I'm like, John, it's a bug. And he's just like, oh my goodness. I really don't know why he puts up with me sometimes. All right, this is the last little thing right here. We have to paint white, and then we're gonna paint our heart. Let that dry. And again, your kit comes with a heart and it comes with a star, and you can use either one. We're gonna use the heart. So I was cracking up, y'all. I was just like, oh, I need something. He always tells me that. You need a vacation. Okay. And it's always, oh yeah? Yeah, you need to go to Miami. No, I don't. Okay, my red is almost gone. So I'm hoping I have enough without it like getting all yucky. And this is by Americana, and it's deep burgundy. I'm just like, oh goodness. And there's holes in here so that way you can hang it like around his neck. It's totally up to you how you want to do it. You don't have to use any of them if you don't want to, but you get both. The star. I'm going to do one Americana, so I'm going to do the star on the other one. I have two of these cut. This one will be in the Whatnot sale, but my Americana one I'm probably going to keep. Okay. Let's dry that and see how it looks. I think that's one reason why I don't garden. We tried it here, and well, I did do pumpkin, and I'm probably gonna do pumpkin again this year. It takes up so much of the yard. But is the bugs. I'm just like, and people are like, well, you need to plant this and this next to it. I'm like, it don't matter. Look at this, y'all. Look at this mess I'm making. Like, it literally does not matter. Bugs just... I tried to grow tomatoes once in Arizona, and those, I don't know what they're called, but they're like worm type things got on the tomatoes. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to continue to buy my tomatoes at the store. Like, and everybody gardens here. I mean, even people have it, you know, like in their front yards and all that stuff. So, but that is nothing. It's a good old wonky heart. Okay. Just like that. All right. That's not dry. I need these dried really well before we start sanding. Oh, I forgot to get a box. I want to splatter paint this, I think. I think. And go around my edges. You love that wonky heart? Me too. Oh, man. It's a little wet right there, but that's okay. I'm not going to sand too hard right there. This is his toupee, as Susie called it. poupée. That's French, right? Now things are so like advanced with even wigs and things like that. It's like, oh, that's still wet, y'all. It's like crazy. My Whatnot show is Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So if you're in Eastern time zone, it should show you 7 on the show if you bookmarked it. If you're in a different time zone, it always shows whatever time zone you're in. So if you're in Central, it'll show you 6 p.m. And Debbie's doing one that day too, I think. I think at like 4. If you guys know Debbie from, it is French, okay. Debbie's Fun, I always forget her page name. Debbie's Fun Easy Designs. Y'all know Miss Debbie. She's got adorable stuff too. Okay, I think it's that. I think she's having it the same day. I should go look. I seen it on her business page, and I need to go bookmark it on Whatnot. Okay, so I'm just sanding around the edge, and then we'll do the heart, and then we'll do the head and legs. So maybe my English teacher should have been a French teacher since he was wearing a toupee. Oh, you guys. Kids were just, I don't know. I can't even imagine doing something like that in school. Well, I would have had to have the wrath of my grandma to deal with. She would have been like, I would rather take any punishment at school. Okay. And then I'm going to go over it once. Just a little. If I would have did it like black underneath, that would have, like I said, I could have did it where you sand it and that black comes through, but that's okay. That's okay. I didn't think about it until I thought about it and it was too late. I'm excited for the show because, one, if you guys have ever been to my shows, I always start everything super low bids. And my box is filling up. I think I have 25 or 26, so this will be like 27 things. And I'm also doing a giveaway. So, and it's not, so sometimes they do giveaways and it's just the people that buy from them, but mine's just whoever's follows me. So, if you're even a little bit curious about Whatnot, you should go. And you don't have to download the app, but I think for the giveaway you do, I can't remember. Because one time sometimes at night if I'm sitting here working on things, I'll have Whatnot. Hi. I'll have Whatnot on. Hi. Maggie? No. I'll have it on listening to shows, especially, and for me, it's to gain knowledge about the app. And somebody was having a giveaway and I couldn't get in it. So we're going to do that with its little legs. These little legs are going to hold up that big old body, y'all. So, yes, Susie, I was. Yes, my grandma. Yep. My mom was always there, but yes, I was raised by my grandma. Yep. Me and my brother were. My sister came along a lot later, so my mom raised her. Yeah. My grandma was very nice, but she was very... You don't get away with stuff. I always joke because my grandma had 7 kids, and I always say by the time she got to me and my brother, she'd had just about enough. Me and my brother were a handful, though. We were. Me and my brother fought a lot as kids. And then as we got older, we didn't. So, but he's not here. I mean, my brother's the one that passed away, and I always say it's his fault, and he's not here to argue with me. So there you go. Yeah, I talk about my mom, or my grandma. And yep, she had red hair and she was a fireball, let me tell you. But me and my brother, I always say any whoopings I got, we deserved them. But yeah, I always say she had 7 kids, and then by the time she got to me and my brother, she just had enough probably with kids. All right, there is the head. Look at those stinking ears on that. Isn't that cute? Okay, close your eyes, Susie. Susie's not going to tell. She's just going to close her eyes that I put that for. And I even vacuumed today. I'm going to have to vacuum again. Okay. Now, I'm putting my slippers back on. You're redheaded? Yeah, my grandma was a redhead. Yeah. Yes, she was. So was my brother. But my brother's turned more like a dark red. My grandma's was like red. Until she turned gray. All right, let's find my thing. Okay, the distress ink I'm going to use today is Black Soot. It's not a true black color. It's almost like a dark gray. And I don't even know that I like it that well, but I didn't want to use brown. I think the black will look better since we're just using, you know, the black sheep here. So I'm going to go around my edges. Just like that. Just like that. So see, it's like it's black soot, but to me it almost looks gray. We won't be waxing it or anything. And then I'm going to take this and go over just a little. Because I don't want it to be like, you know, stark white. Y'all know how that is. Well, hi, Jeanette. How are you? Your sister and brother are both redheads. Yeah, it was just my grandma. But my grandma's side of her family, there's a lot of redheads. But my brother was the only one that I can remember that was redheaded. And that looks really bright, but I promise you it's not. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to do the body. So I really wanted to put a saying on here, worthy is the lamb. But my printer ran out of ink. So we have to go get ink today. All these things you don't think about, which I should because I'm a business, for goodness sakes. But I don't think about it until I'm out. Like out of it. So, and of course the color we need is the one we don't have. So anyways, we have to run and get that when John gets home from work. So I'm just going around the edges. And if we eat dinner somewhere, which I don't think we are, but if we do, I will watch for tomato seeds in my hair. Y'all, I'm telling you. So I'm just going around. Jeanette at Country Girl Boutique. Y'all, she has some cute bunny earrings, and if my ears were still pierced, I would totally grab them. But unfortunately, my holes have closed up. I need to go get them re-pierced. Would it look silly if I went into Claire's at my age and got my ears pierced? Somebody told me a tattoo shop. I think my friend told me a tattoo shop. So I'm just going around the edge. Again, this is Black Soot. Is it Black Sit? Yes. By Tim Holtz. She has some adorable earrings. Okay, then I'm going to take this and I'm going to go over a couple of times. And we are going to splatter this. I just have to get all this done first. But if you love scrapbook paper, I'm telling you, this would be a great one. Like nails on a chalkboard, y'all. Okay, just like that. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. You could go crazy on all of this for sure. Okay, so these are your holes up top. And I'm putting buttons under here. You don't have to. It doesn't come with buttons. But I want to give it some height because I'm going to attach this in there. So, oh, thank you. I know. I need to, a year ago or so, I kind of pushed through the back and now I can't at all. I probably could, but I'm way too chicken, to be honest. Way too chicken. So I just really need to go get them redone, is what I need to do. The last time I got my ears pierced, I was 7 years old and I got them pierced at a mall. My mom took me and I wanted to cry. Just saying. So it goes just like this, but he's going to be up on, hold on. He's going to be elevated here. I think I'm going to put it here and here. You love the little sheepy. He's a big sheepy. Okay. Because I want him elevated. That way I can do this. Okay. Now, this is going to hang here. My wire's going to go through there. It's going to wrap around there and then twist. So I have to think about this for a minute. Ooh! She pierced her own ears. I have a cousin, she'll probably watch this. She pierced her ears during church as a kid. With just a needle. I'm just saying. Oh, I couldn't do it myself. No way. There's no way. I'm wondering if I should put this and hot glue it. Hold on, let me think. Let me think a minute. Because if I put this here, it's gonna hang like that. So you're gonna see it. I could faux do it. Meaning it doesn't have to actually go anywhere, if that makes any sense. Let me find my cutters. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like it won't attach to something. It'll just look like it's attached to something. I'm about to burn myself, y'all. About to burn myself. Okay. Let me open this glue. I don't even think I need that big of a piece. And I think, She is tough because there's no way I would do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it through here. And we're going to do a curly Q. This would be cute even if you wrote on the heart. Oh, I didn't put any stuff on my heart. Y'all, I forgot to do the heart. I'm like, why does my heart look so not prim? Again, this soot does not show up well on the dark colors, but I definitely want it to be on there. So we're gonna do quite a bit, just like that. Just like that. Yeah, I couldn't do that. There's no way. Now look, y'all. There is no way. She's definitely brave. Okay. So I'm going to have this come up, and this is literally going to sit back here. So it's just going to kind of look like it goes up there, but not really, if that makes sense. So it'll look like it's around his neck, but it really won't be. I think y'all get what I mean. I think y'all get my drift. And because I'm elevating his head, I can put that back there. You could do this with jute as well. I really don't know why I'm using wire other than I am. But you could definitely do it with jute. So it's going to go like this, but it's going to be hidden under there. So it'll kind of look like it's coming around his neck, but it's not really coming around his neck, if that makes sense. This probably needs to be up as well. And I'm gonna have to hot glue that on there. Okay, let's put the, oh, look at my glue. Look at this. Do I have a napkin in here? I don't know why this glue is doing it this time. I wonder if I have to open the bottle. I don't know. Okay. We're gonna put his little hair toupee on. Gonna go on just like that. Oh, I was gonna splatter. We can splatter the whole thing. The black won't matter because we're gonna splatter it black, but this needs its little stripey things. Stitches. So I just take a black marker and I just go along, and it just makes it look like faux sewing lines. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but you can definitely see it in person. So if you all want to come over real quick, you guys can look at it. Maybe y'all can carpool. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but I'll kind of hold it up. You could use a thicker black marker too. As well. I know some of you do like chalk couture and that kind of stuff. That would be super cute as well. And magnolia. This would be great for that. I'm gonna cut this. Oh, thank you. I don't know if this was just a mistake what I just did, but I need these to lay flat. Since they're just, you know, pretend. Okay. I think I'm going to have to put a button under that heart. Let me look. Let me see. Definitely a button under the heart. Now, I don't recommend using our buttons this way, but you guys, I don't have anything else. I know a lot of people use those Jenga blocks, but I don't have any. Okay. Let's see. Whoop. I'm trying to think if I should put my hanger on first, and I should. Okay. So at the top here, we're going to put a hanger. So whoever buys this on Whatnot, you'll be able to hang it. It will not stand. The little bitty legs will not hold it. Where's my... So you'll definitely have to hang this up on a pegboard, or, I mean, you could hang it on your door as long as it doesn't get wet, but... All right, we're gonna put this up here, and its ears will probably cover these holes. It depends on how you put its head on, so just kind of remember that. But you could definitely put jute or fabric. That would be cute too. I'm hoping that this works because those are pretty good size holes. Yep. Once you get it in there, you're good to go. I'm gonna pull that out a little. And we're going to turn this one outward. Pinch it up. You could even put some glue on it. You could have it where it comes back over the top and attaches. And then you want to just stretch this out. Again, I don't really like my hangers that long, so we're going to leave some of that curly in there. Just like that. And those should stay on there. Now, let's put this away before I ink myself all up. Okay, let's do, so see, his ears are going to cover that up. Just like that. Okay, so I need to put this on first. Just a little glue. Like I said, it'll hold it unless, you know, if you put this outside, I wouldn't do that, but I think that's good. I think that's good. My first thought was to put these up through there, but we're not going to do that. And then we're going to put some other glue right here to kind of help hold it. Oh, now you don't want to come out? Okay. And that'll dry and help hold. And then, like I said, we're going to put this on there. So the only thing that's going to hold this on is these buttons. Now, if you're not putting any buttons under it, then you would glue, you know, the whole head on there. Okay. I need to make sure My buttons are on the flat surface, so hold please. That's perfect. Just like that. We'll sing happy birthday to somebody. Anybody having a March or April birthday? My anniversary is tomorrow. No birthday. We are February. My daughter-in-law is February. My oldest and my husband is November. Justin, our youngest, is July. And then mine is December. But no April birthdays over here. Okay. All right, before I put his little legs on, well, I might as well. So you could drill these guys if you want to drill. My legs are gonna go behind this. And they sort of they just dangle. Well, they don't sort of, they do dangle there. But you can put them however you want. They're gonna dangle. So I'm gonna put glue. You guys know you don't need a lot. And then, yours is the 16th of this month, Deborah? Well, happy birthday, friend. And then we'll put some hot glue just to hold it, but you guys know it's the glue that's gonna do it. Wait, do I want these in further? Yes. Just like that. But see, if you love to even write or scrapbook paper, this would be a perfect kit, y'all. Like I said, if you do those stencils, Chalk Couture, Magnolia, I don't even know all of them anymore. That would be perfect on this surface. I'm just trying to sell y'all a sheep. You're welcome. You are welcome, friend. Okay. I don't need this anymore, but I am gonna splatter. Oh. Splatter, splatter. And we're gonna splatter black. But first, yes, we're gonna splatter, and then I'm gonna put a bow on here. That's on there, okay. And I'm just gonna put one simple little bow of this, and then I'm gonna put some greenery behind it. I thought I brought my scissors out, but I did not. My scissors. I really like this lamb or sheep or whatever it is. Y'all, my nose. Just like that. And this is the fun part, trying to pull cheesecloth back through. Because y'all know the stuff is stretchy. Stretchy, stretchy. You end up pulling it right apart. All right, and we are gonna cut it, but I also want some greenery back there. So let's find out how we want it to go first before I start gluing stuff down. Oy! I just want it to like pop up behind there. Don't know that I want all that. Maybe I do. All right, let's put some hot glue right here. And we are gonna put our greenery right there. Just like that. And then we're gonna put more hot glue for our bow. Then we're gonna cut this because I want y'all to be able to tell it's a, you know, heart, not just something. Oh, my chair is falling, you guys. I will be on the floor by the time this is over with. This is true. You could put a face on this. We're not putting a face or anything. And then we are going to take black paint and we're going to splatter. Now, this is going to go everywhere. Because I didn't bring a puppy pad. Miss Susie forgot to message me, so I'm going to blame it on her. All right. I do have a box, though. Oh, who cares? We're fine. It's just paint. So I'm going to dip some in there. I just use a toothbrush. Do not use your spouse's. If you do, I'm not responsible. And I will deny. And then I'm just going to flick with my hand. And we'll just keep doing it until we like the consistency. I used to put water with this, and then somebody told me not to do that anymore. And I actually like it without the water. When it's watery, it just, I don't know, I don't like it. It's too watery, I guess. You could do polka dots on here if you wanted. There's all sorts of things you could do. I'm ignoring that it's probably going all over my table. Yeah. But I am falling my chair. I'm going to get rid of this chair and just get me some type of chair. I don't even know. This is an office chair, and I don't really need an office chair. And then sometimes I will let it dry, and then I'll go back over it, and then it gives it like dimension, if that makes any sense. But, you know, with splatter, you just gotta, it's one of those things where you just have to like it. I know some people will tap with a fan brush. I tried that and I did not like it. I didn't like how it came out. So if you are one of those people, you can definitely do that. And then you get all this lovely black stuff all over your finger. I'm gonna dip it in some water. And that is all she wrote, y'all. And it is done. I think you can make this as simple or as fancy as you want it to be. Mine's more simple. I have another one cut, like I said, and I think I'm gonna do that one Americana with the star. But I don't want to touch, I want to let it continue to dry because that glue needs to really dry. But there it is. It's so cute. But I really think the legs would be cute too if you drilled holes right here and had them dangle through. I think that would be super cute as well. But he's a big guy. He's definitely a big guy. Oops. There we go. Super cute. And then you can see just like that. Just like that, Prince. I should do white on the face. Let me do white on the face. I forgot white on the face. Oh. Thank you, Deborah. My Whatnot sale is Thursday, this Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And this little guy will be on there. Okay, let me try the white. Not let me try the white. I am going to do the white, but I forgot he needs it on his head and his legs. So we're going to have paint everywhere. But that's okay. We're going to have white paint everywhere. You know what? It's okay. I just got to clean it up. You definitely want him to have some. It's going to go right on my table. Oh, it's going right on my table. On my desk, I should say. It's my own fault. There he goes. There he goes. If I had baby wipes, I could just baby wipe this, but I haven't gotten it yet. I'm slipping again on my chair, y'all. Y'all are gonna see my knees here in a minute because they're gonna be up around my neck. All right, let me hold it up. Now you can see the white on there. And again, if you let it dry and go back, it looks really cute. But this would be really cute. Like I said, if you guys liked, a lot of you take Danielle at Imperfect Dust, her digital classes and stuff, that would be super cute on there. But I like his little legs. And then he just hangs like this. Just like that. But this will be the last thing I put on there tomorrow for my Whatnot sale. And then I think I have 27 items, 27 or 28. And there will be 2 giveaways. So even if you just want to come and just be like, what is this Whatnot about? I don't know if I want to buy anything. You should come. So, all right, friends, I'm going to hop off of here. I'm on the floor, y'all. I need to lower this. Hold on. Oh, please. There we go. So I can reach the phone. But thanks for joining me, friends. I will not be live tomorrow. It's our anniversary, and we're going to go somewhere to eat. And then Thursday will be Whatnot. So I will be back live on Friday to do another project with you guys. So be blessed. I love y'all, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys. Oh, I can't reach it, you guys.